I think we'll start this video with a friend. My new best friend drops by to eat trimmings. I'm property sitting and doing some yard work for some hookups, and this little guy and his buddy stop by every day, eat the trimmings. I've gotten within a couple feet of them. Pretty cool. Hey, my name's Bill. Let me tell you a little story. I've watched van life and bus life videos now for a year. Yeah, a year. We watched hours prior to buying Puddle Walker. We watched hours and hours and hours and hours of videos back in January, let's say December 2022, then January. And I was starting to think, honest to God, I was starting to think that the only people that did van life and did bus life were like 25 beautiful, usually beautiful girls, single, or rich.
Oh, is it hot in here?
Or skilled in carpentry, electrical, and plumbing. Or all of them. Okay? Not once did I see a video of some old fart like me who knew nothing, who was never going to be good looking, who was never going to be rich. And I was thinking, God, maybe there's no place for me out on the road. Well, there is. And this video is for you guys who are not like magazine perfect looking, who are not lithe little women frolicking around the Grand Tetons, who are not independently rich and you can pay $100,000 for a Sprinter van, and who are not skilled at all. This video is for you. Okay, this is Puddle Walker, this is me, Bill, and I'm going to tell you how we've done it for the last 9 months. Stick around. You old farts like me will appreciate it. So we began our search, and I started with one basic premise. Okay, I didn't care whether I had a professional build when I got done. Didn't care at all. It had to be functional. Now that separates me from a lot of people that are getting into the van life or the bus life or the shuttle bus, whatever. Because there seems to be an awful lot of people out there that want this professional, wood interior and do all the great insulation and the wiring and the perfect plumbing, put a shower inside. I didn't care about any of that. I wanted it functional. And I'm talking to those people out there who are thinking the same way, who want functional life on the road. You can always improve, okay? I can always improve. But what I needed to start out with, and I only had like a month to find something and get it roadworthy. That's another story. Just a second. Maggie, leave it. Maggie's looking for raccoons right now. They're driving her crazy. So the bus or the van had to be in good shape. Okay, I was willing to look at 9 million of them to find the one that I thought had a good engine. And what we ended up with was what we call affectionately Puddle Walker. It's a 1999 GMC Savannah. Okay, it's a converted cargo van. It only had 68,000 miles on it when we bought it. Body was in good shape. It was gutted except for one. It had one bus seat in it, and it had the flooring already in it. The guy who bought it from the school district had put flooring in it, but that was it. Other than that, it had the metal walls, metal roof. But this is it. You know, a 4-window shuttle bus. Interior is about 14 feet. The height is about 6 feet 4, I believe. The engine was in great shape. I've had 2 diagnostic tests on it since then. We put 10,000 miles on it in the last 10 months, and it's in great shape. So that was the premise. I didn't care what it looked like when I got done with the build, and the engine had to be in good shape. That was it. Okay, we bought this for $8,500, folks. 68,000 miles, $8,500. I ended up putting about $3,000 in it. Most of that was I'm sorry, I'm going brain dead. Most of it was the Jackery solar generator or solar power station and the Iceco fridge and some odds and ends. But okay, again, nothing professional about this. Nothing. And I gotta ask, guys, where are these 25-year-old single girls that are frolicking around in the wilderness, okay, with the perfect van builds? Where are they? I haven't seen any of them in 9 months. In fact, I've only seen like 4 or 5 people that had buses, and they look like me, okay? So somewhere, I'm not saying these girls don't exist, okay, or the beautiful people don't exist, but I don't see them. I haven't seen them from California to Washington, everywhere in between. So just me. I'm probably not looking in the right places. Okay, back to it. For the average person, I had a circular saw, I had a jigsaw, and I had a screwdriver. Okay, left the metal on the walls, left the metal on the ceiling. Everything is attached by magnets.
Magnetic fields even work underwater. A strong magnet can even attract a magnetic object to a table.
Magnets. Okay, took an old dresser out of the house, put legs on it, 2x4s used to, and it works fine. It's secured to the floor, hasn't moved, hasn't cracked. In fact, I'll tell you something, a lot of the newer builds, because there's so much jarring and rattling on bus, a lot of those crack early on, a lot of the cabinetry. But I'm telling you, that's an old dresser, and that son of a gun has nothing, hasn't moved a quarter of an inch. Okay, took another old dresser, gutted it, and put storage bins inside. Got the cassette toilet there, got all the storage underneath. The bed is a bunk bed. Yeah, bunk bed. Cut the top off, and that's what Maggie is laying on right now. And the bottom turned into the couch that I'm sitting on, and I cut the bottom in half lengthwise so it would fit here. And haven't made much more improvements. Painted a bunch of stuff yellow and orange to match the yellow, orange, and red stripes on the bus outside. It was just thrown together. Oh, took the bus seat out and put this in because I wanted a swivel seat that was comfortable, that I could, and I put seat belts on that. But guys, you can tell by looking, there is nothing that's professional about this, and yet it's held up for 10,000 miles, has not shown any damage to the interior. Nothing's cracked, nothing's flown off, nothing's fallen. So, message, if this old fart can do it, you can do it, and you can do it for a lot less money than these retrofitted vans and buses that we see on YouTube, where the people have been spending 3, 4, 5, 6 months getting the thing ready. my message, quick message, because I don't want this to go on forever. And I mean this sincerely. I'm joking about all the beautiful people that are out there or not out there. I don't know. Okay. But sincere message. If you want this kind of life, if you want a bus life, if you want the shuttle bus life, if you want a van life, you don't have to be rich. Okay. And don't let things stop you that shouldn't stop you. If you don't have the money for paneling and insulation, well, then don't do it. I heat this thing with that little ceramic heater. And if I don't have a Shore plug-in, I use the Mr. Buddy. Is it Mr. Buddy? I think it's Mr. Buddy. Propane heater. For dinner, I use a 1-burner hot plate. I've got an electric one and I've got a butane one. Okay, wherever I am, if I've got power or not power. Water. I think that's a 4-gallon container there, and I think that's a 4-gallon. It might be 3 gallons and 3 gallons. I'm not sure which. But God, that gets me. I'm fine. And I've got one other water container in the back in storage that I carry, but I never use it. Never use it. And then there's storage underneath the cabinets, and there's storage underneath here. Okay. Besides the quote-unquote garage area back there. So, guys, listen. If you want to do this, then do it. No excuses. It's not that hard to do. Get yourself a vehicle that's not going to break down immediately and not going to have a major engine overhaul. Yes, there's going to be money that has to be spent on a bus or on a shuttle bus or on a van. They're vehicles. Okay? But if that's holding you back, well, then you shouldn't get into this life to begin with. God, that's it, guys. I found this thing and quote unquote retrofitted it in about a month. Okay, less than a month. Everything that's done inside here was done in about 2.5 weeks. So again, I didn't care what it looked like. Okay, didn't care. Don't care if it's ever on a YouTube channel, someone's, tiny home adventures or tiny shuttle bus adventures. I don't care.
I don't care.
Okay, I wanted to just live in this thing. And since I tend to eat like a high schooler, I might as well have my bus look like a high schooler's room. Okay, and that's what this is. Or it's like a college dorm room for people who don't care. But don't think that you have to look like these videos that are out there, because honest to God, I don't think some of them are real. I think they're staged. And if those people are out there with their perfect little vans, then they must be spending all their time up in the Rocky Mountains, away from civilization. I never see them. All right. If you want to do this, get out there and do it. It's a great life. Honest to God, this is a great life. Okay. And it is affordable. Please take the step and do it. Okay. Bye.
Do it! Just do it!